Should I cure her? I wanna be cured. How you living, everybody? It is your girl Ursula. Welcome to my channel, Ursula Living. If you are new here, welcome, and stick around. If you like how we living up over her, then hit that subscribe button, and while you're there, mosey on over, ring that bell so you can always be notified on how we are living over here on the tube. All right, so unless you've been under like a rock or something, y'all know Fenty Beauty had came along and dropped that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They dropped them goods, talking about they done came out with the cure and everything. The cure. All right, so I know that they launched last week, and so you're probably like, girl, you a little late on this video, aren't you? It launched last week. You should have been posting this and doing that. But look, it may have launched last week, but some of us had to eat lunch. You know what I'm saying? Some of us may not have had the coin to go out and get it last week. Number two, some of us wanted to wait for other YouTubers to post what they think about it. But I was like, let me go ahead and drop this video because it is Thursday, and I know that them coins is about to be direct deposited into them bank accounts tonight. And so you're gonna wake up, or maybe even later tonight, and go in to what's the store, Harvey Nichols. You're gonna go to fentybeauty.com. you're gonna go to sephora.com. you may even wait till Friday morning, make sure them coins is in the account, and head on over to Sephora to try out these new products. So that's why I was like, let me wait. Plus I wanted to try these products out for a little bit to you know, get the Lolo for myself, so I can give you the best explanation of what I think about the products and how they work for me. And so here we are. Now with that said, let's get into this video. All right guys, so before we actually get into the demo, which I'm going to do a demo, and then at the end I'll follow up and let you guys know what I actually think about the new products, I just wanted to let you know that I've already prepped my face. I use the Fenty Beauty primer. I use their foundation. Just for reference, I can use foundation 350 and I can wear 370 depending on, I guess, the season and if I'm tan or have gotten lighter. But for reference of this video, I am using shade 350 because in general, that's what I usually use is shade 350. And with that said, speaking of foundation, if you didn't know, Riri, y'all know, Rihanna and Fenty Beauty like merging, they are forced to be reckoned with. You know, they came out with 40 foundations when they first came out. Now they have added 10 more foundation colors. Brings us to a total of 50 foundations. So if you were kind of like, I don't know if I want to try it, I don't know if they have the right color, maybe you tried the color before and it just wasn't popping enough for you, go back into Sephora, or you know, go online, order a new shade or whatever, see if it's gonna work for you. So along with these new foundation shades, she also came out with some smaller, I think they're called like these mini beauty blenders, and she also came out with a brush that's for all over, like a facial powder, setting powder brush, and she also came out with a concealer brush. Me personally, I didn't get any of those. When I'm ready for a new beauty blender, which will be soon, maybe I'll try some of her beauty blenders because I've never tried any of them. All right, and so now we come to the two stars of this launch, which are the concealers and the setting powder. So a little bit about the concealers, y'all. Rihanna came through. Just like there's 50 shades of foundation, there are 50 shades of concealers. And they made it pretty easy for us to figure out which concealer that we need. So for instance, if you wear a shade 100 in the foundation, you're gonna wear a shade 100 in the concealer. Now, that's not to say that you can't go up or down. You definitely can, depending on what you like to do. I've seen some girls getting darker colors even so that they can use it for a contour. They have, you know, some people have went up in shades to get more of a highlighted look. The concealer and the foundation are not the same color. The concealers are actually a little bit lighter than the foundation, so it conceals and it gives you a little bit of highlight. But the concealers are said to, you know, the concealers are the cure, girl. The cure. They're the cure, right? That's what Fenty's saying. They're saying that they're gonna get rid of you know, dark circles, these bags, these fine lines, all this stuff. Like, it's gonna conceal all that, highlight, make you look glamorous and stuff like that. No creasing is the #1 thing that they talk about. And I told Fenty Beauty on Instagram, and they actually responded back to me. I was like, okay, y'all got a team that's responding back on Instagram. I was like, baby, if y'all can get rid of these bags, these hereditary bags that I didn't even ask for, these bags that, and I wish these bags was money bags, but anyway, if y'all can conceal and get rid of these, or conceal, I shouldn't say get rid of, y'all can cure these under eye bags, baby, I will spin bags on this product. So just in a minute, we're gonna see if that's true. And then of course, the creasing is the other thing that it truly claims to do. And just for reference, I did get the shade 350, and I also got the shade 340 to kind of lighten up under there. I'm going to show you today a technique that I learned from watching a video from Sephora's YouTube channel for people that have these under eye bags like me. So I got my regular shade 350 and I went up to 340. And then of course, you got a powder, right? So the powders, again, she came out the door with all these different powders. She came out with 8 shades for powders, and I think that's pretty cool. However, these 8 shades are really cool the way that they did it, because Fenty Beauty, again, they helping us sisters and brothers out. They divided the colors up into the shade range. So if you're shade 100, there's 2 powder colors that'll suit you. 200, there's 2 powder shades, and so forth and so on. Now within that group, the 2 powder shades, one is used for, they recommend to use one for your all over setting powder, and then they have another one which is the brightening powder. So I'm guessing that's more for setting the under eye. Now for myself, I only got 1 powder, and the powder that I got was the shade Honey. And this is it right here, y'all. Look, it's like, ooh, it's gleaming, and mine is dirty because, like I said, I've been using this for a whole week already. And so it's supposed to be finely milled. You're supposed to put it on, help to set your under eye or your all over face and give it a nice healthy glow, all that good stuff. You know how they say. And I believe this is, you can purchase this for $32. All right, so with that said, I'm gonna get into the demo, and we about to do the damn thing. All right, so for the concealer, I'm gonna start off with 350, and I'm just gonna put it under here, and then I'm gonna go back into 340, go back in with 340. I'm gonna show you a technique that I learned off of Sephora's YouTube channel here for us girls that have bags. And as you can see, one side of my face, this side, the bag is, my baggage is more pronounced than this side. I don't know why. This is hereditary. So do I expect it to cover it up? No concealer has just really covered it up. But we're gonna go in. I have my beauty blender. Yes, it's dirty because I've been using it, okay? But I've been using it only for under eye. So it's only this stuff that's on here. And when I say this is like minimal damp, this is minimal damp. It's not even a lot on here. So I'm gonna be turning this way. Oh, and you know what? Let me show you on my hand. And I just put a lot. They say you don't need a lot, but anyway, let me show you these colors. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is 350, and then this is 340. So it's not a whole lot of change. I think this one has more orange, which I'm thinking about maybe I need a different color, but I'm okay. We're just gonna go with it, right? Okay, so this is 350. Here we go. Is very smooth putting it on, and I probably don't even need that much. And you don't need to go back in, just use the other side. And I'm just gonna blend this in now, right? I learned this off of Sephora's. And you can tell that's bright. And I think that it dries pretty quick. Because as you can see, on this side, I'm having a little bit of tougher time kind of going in. You should like put it under one eye and blend, and then put it under the other eye and blend. Okay, you can see that is bright. That is like freaking bright. And on camera, it looks kind of scary, but I promise you, it is not. So a trick that I learned from Sephora is to take this, and you're just gonna put it like right in the liner. And you know what? Before I do that, let's just see if this is creasing. And I'm gonna get up close and personal. Can y'all see that? I don't know. Not a lot of creasing. It's a little bit. It looks a little streaky, but not like, oh gosh. You know what I'm saying? So she says to go back in and just kind of push this down. Now let me show you the little trick. So this is 340 now. And I'm just gonna go in. Y'all see how light that is? I'm gonna take this little brush here. This is a Morphe 705. I wasn't sure what to use today. I don't think I've ever used this. The actual thing, you know, I love the shape. It's not glass. It looks like it. It looks like it's expensive. Another thing is, if you get the foundation and if you get the powder and you travel a lot, they do have this little sifter thing in here that you can put over the thing so that your foundation does not leak out everywhere like mine probably is right now. And I'm going to swipe this. This is Honey. Okay. And this is it right here. I'm going to come back. Maybe that'll show the colors better. This is Honey. Okay. So I'm just going to take this Honey and I'm just going to set my under eye with this Honey. And see, I don't put a, some of y'all might think that's a lot. It's not. And see how it kind of like matted it down, but still, yeah. And I'm a pressed in type of person. That's just something that works for me. All right, guys, so now I have my foundation and everything on. I've applied my concealer. We've put the powder on, and now I'm going to go in and I'm going to finish the rest of my face, and then I'm going to come back and give you my final thoughts on this product. All right, guys, so I'm back, and this is my finished look. Just for reference here, for my eyes, for my eyeshadow, my blush, and my lips, I use the Matchstick in Yacht Life. For contouring, I used Truffle. For highlighting, I used Rum. Then I just put some mascara and stuff on, but prior to doing that, I did set my face with the Honey all over. And then I put the new Fussy gloss balls or whatever y'all know I'll be like gloss balls. I use this over the Yacht Life Matchstick to give myself a little glossy gloss. And then I use some Anastasia Beverly Hills to just kind of brush down my eyebrows. So I didn't do a whole lot of anything too fancy, but the true test is, how am I looking to you guys? Can y'all see the bags? Is it really bad? Do you think it's too light? Let me know in the comment section down below. But now I'm going to do one fun thing before we get too deep into this, and that is the flash test, okay? We're gonna make sure I live them up, and I do have, my selfies thing has a flash. Is that good? Let's see. Hey, I don't know if y'all can see that, but hey, I'll post a picture somewhere here. Anyway, looks amazing, but I'm gonna zoom in so we can, so I have zoomed in quite a bit, and you can see like my flaws where I didn't blend this in. But I'm gonna look in my mirror because it's kind of hard to see into the camera, and I'm gonna look down. I don't really see too much creasing. I really don't. I don't see too much creasing. On this side, I do a little bit, like right under here. But the way I feel about this whole creasing thing is that if it's getting into the fold and it's creasing, you can't see it right here. As long as it doesn't look cakey right here. To me, it doesn't look too bad. I'm okay with how it looks underneath the eye. All right, with that said, my final thoughts. Was this the cure? Did Fenty Beauty come out with the cure that cured all things? I'm just gonna say this. I think they came out with a cure. But you know those commercials when they come out with a new medication and then there's like this fine print, or as they're talking about the medication and everybody's bouncing and having a good time, they're like, side effects may include. Let me get into that. Number one, the price is okay. I think the color range is amazing. Sure, you can tweak things out, but I think the color range is amazing. So like, how about a round of applause? Good job, Fenty, with the color range. The creasing and everything, the first couple days when I tried it, there was creasing. I had to try it different ways. So here's my tidbit. I consider myself a combination skinned person. Under my eye, I didn't realize that like I'm kind of dry under my eyes, and that made me realize I need to start paying more attention. Because once I started really making sure that I had moisturizer underneath my eye real good, and I put the concealer on, it wasn't really creasing as much, okay? And then also, you gotta see what's the right amount of concealer for you, along with the powder. The powder, you definitely don't need a lot. Like, flip it over, dip a little bit in the top of the container, dip your sponge, and pat, pat, pat. And I use, like, as you saw, I really pressed it in there. I don't do the brush thing. I think when I used the brush, it was more streaky. So I think the sponge for me is a winner as far as applying and using it for the powder as well. Another thing that I have seen people saying, well, the color's not right. You know, I tried to go up, I tried to go down. The thing is, you really have to look at your undertones. For instance, you know, I'm a 350 and I couldn't do, you know, I can go up some colors, but there's some colors that just because they're a lighter number, as far as the number doesn't mean that it's right for me. You need to look at your undertones and make sure that colors that you are choosing are the right undertones to match. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's important to say. Is it the best concealer in the whole wide world? I don't know, because my favorite is the Too Faced Sculpt, whatever that new one recently that just came out. That's one of my favorite ones. So I don't know if it's better than that or not, but I can tell you that these colors are brighter than the two that I have. And I always buy two because I try to do that technique like I showed you guys here. But I think for the most part, this looks pretty good. It looks pretty amazing. I'm excited about it. I think that it's at least worth a try. Is it like the cure, the end all, the be all? No. Got some stipulations, because I've seen some other YouTubers and they did have some troubles making it work for them. I think that you really need to try it for yourself. Make sure that if you're going up or down in colors, that you pick the right undertone. What's something else? Go easy on the powder. I think that it's a good product. You know, is it like the best in the whole wide world? Maybe not. To some people it is. To me, I think that I could use this because I love their foundation. I could use their whole line, and now that I've figured out how to use it for myself, I think I can do it. Another thing, real quick, a lot of people complain it's oily, whatever. I live in Texas, y'all, and I know everybody's skin is different and the chemicals in your body and how they react, but I have been outside at a graduation in May, at the end of May at that, and my makeup stayed in place as far as the foundation goes. The other day, I put on the concealer, just trying a different technique of putting it on and everything, and I worked out, and I was sweating, guys, and the concealer did not go anywhere. And I'm talking about I was sweating like the rain was just dripping all over my body kind of sweat. So, and it stayed in place. And even when I went to go wash it off, from when I was showing you the swatches earlier, it was kind of hard for me to wash it off. So I just think it depends on your skin texture and everything like that. Now, if you have a lot of fine lines, I think that you have to be careful. If you're dry underneath the eyes, I definitely think you need to be careful. I'm trying to talk fast. I'm trying to think of anything else. I think that you should definitely give it a try, especially if you don't have a concealer or you just want to, if you use their foundation already, you just trying to use the whole line. I think it's a fair enough concealer. For some people, is it the best? I don't know. As far as the powder, I do want to say that you tweak the powder how you need. Because for instance, I'm in the 300 range. It recommends honey, and if I'm correct, is it hazelnut? I'm not sure. But anyway, the one that they recommend for all over in the 300s to me was too dark. Now if I use it as a contour or bronzing, it probably could work, but for all over, no. Even this I think works pretty good. I'm not a girl that likes the really, really bright eyes. If so, try banana. They have lavender. Like I low-key want to try lavender just to try it. But definitely go get samples at Sephora. And one other thing, if you're still having trouble finding your match in the foundation, y'all go to Sephora and use their IQ test. And even sometimes that may not be right on, but for me, it's pretty accurate, and it'll come up with a number, and then you'll be able to match yourself up in the foundation. So I'm just throwing out things that I'm thinking off the top of my head. All in all, I think this is a great foundation. I think it's a great concealer. I've worn it for over a week. My final thing is it's a great concealer. I love the color range. You gotta see what works for you. But for me, there's not a lot of creasing. And I know this is like, I'm on the camera right now, but believe and trust, guys, I've worn this all week. I've worn it through working out, and there's some creasing. I think with any concealer, unless your under eye has no fine lines, it's flat, there's nothing there, then you're gonna have some creasing going on. But yes, some concealers will make you crease a little bit more than others, but I think that for what it is, it's fine. Like, I think to the naked eye, if there is creasing going on, that you couldn't see it. And who's gonna be walking around like this all day? Not me. Anyway, go try the new Fenty Beauty products. Let me know if you tried it down below. Let me know your shade number, because I love watching other people's reviews, and then if I have a friend that's like in the same shade range or the same color, I send y'all's videos to them all the time. So let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you're gonna be picking this up. And this is the final look, guys. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh, and let me know if y'all want more makeup videos. Let's get into it. Bye.